Good morning, Ken and Jang here with the Daily KJ TV. If you've been following along, you might know that I recently spoke at the Rock Experience Conference this past summer in Kentucky. And I talked about church online models based on my experience in the industry as a church online pastor and working with other ministries on the digital front. And there's been a couple of follow-up conversations from that. And recently, some other people have pinged me asking about if they're going to start a church online ministry, what do they think about, etc. So today I just want to go through 5 things you need to talk about or think about with your team when you're launching a church online ministry. So if you're going to have any success at all, it's like planning church. You need to know the environment in which you're going to operate, all the ins and outs. So if you're going into a town or city, you're going to know the ins and outs of the city, what makes it attractional, why people are there, etc. You need to know the context and the culture of online content, why people are flocking to online, what type of content or interaction or engagements people prefer or lean forward for. So you need the cultural cues and context, the landscape of where you're going to do church in. So are you a cultural expert? Have you consumed what they're consuming? Are you on 40 minutes of YouTube a day like the average American right now? Are you binging Netflix? Are you looking at Hulu, YouTube TV, and all the other alternatives that are popping up? Are you seeing the trends and where people are spending time in social media, etc.? You need to be an expert in the culture of online. This one is model of church online. So many different models. It's not binary, right? There's Facebook Live, there's streaming on demand, simulated live, there's using it as an internet campus, using it as a church online only, as a lead for planting a church in an area. There's so many different models. You need to understand all the models available to you. Next is the technology. What platform you're going to use, what technology you're going to use. There's a bunch of different variations that you could actually piece together. A well-known version, the default one, is Church Online Platform put out by Life Church for free. But then even with that comes some unintended consequences, because you become all of a sudden a Me Too church using the default platform that everyone else seems to be using. There's pros and cons to that. So you want to talk about the technology with your team. 4th question, very important, is your model of care. Are you having a pastor oversee your church online services? Are you having a volunteer? Is there other type of staff involved? Do you have small groups? When and where, or what's the boundary for counseling? What's the footprint? If someone dials you up and wants counseling or needs more attention in terms of pastoral care from another country, do you take that or do you refer it? You need to understand the boundaries. So there's geography, there's types, there's formats. All these questions come into pastoral care that you should think about now before later. Number 5 is what's ahead, innovation. So you need to think about innovation because it's technology and you're on the forefront. It's going to continuously change. That's the only constant. We joke about it being dog years, 7 cycles within a given year for technology advances and incremental gains. So are you investing that time or budgeting time to continuously experiment, iterate, and lean forward? So those are 5 critical areas or 5 questions that I would ask yourself or your team as you develop a church online strategy. I'd love to discuss some of that with you. Leave a comment below and let's get that discussion started. I think church online is a ministry that every single church is going to need to think about and implement some sort of version or strategy in the next 24 to 36 months at the very bare minimum. And so I really challenge you to take this to the team and discuss it. Take it to your people in your community and discuss it. You'll get a lot of great ideas. And also there's a lot of other church online pastors and church leaders already in this space. You might think it's the actual real forefront, the frontier, but we've been doing church online, I don't know, for the last almost 10 years. So please reach out, collaborate, have conversations so that you can move forward with your ministry. I'm Kenny Jang. I'll check you out here tomorrow. In the meantime, remember, be social, stay social.